Hi, I'm Mitchell.
And I'm Jake.
This is our podcast, Sports for Dummies by Dummies. On today's episode, we will be interviewing Jacob Blanco. We will also be discussing our predictions for Week 10 in the NFL.
We also will be discussing the NBA Week 4 games, our thoughts on the season so far, and the Kyrie Irving situation. For the first segment, we will be giving our predictions for each game of the NFL Week 10.
Coming up this weekend, we have the Falcons versus Panthers. You guys think he's going to take that one?
I think the Panthers are going to win, even though they're 2-7. You know, I feel like they have a really good matchup against the Falcons.
Yeah, what about you, Jake?
Yeah, I'm going to take the Falcons in this one because they played 2 weeks ago and they won that matchup, and I think they're going to do it again.
All right, valid. I personally got Panthers. I'm a Panthers fan because, yeah. And we also have the Seahawks versus Buccaneers. Tom Brady has not lost since he got divorced. So, what do you think about that one, Jake?
Well, I feel like Giselle really fired up Brady. He got his season back rolling. I feel like I got the Bucs in this one. The Seahawks also, even though they may have the better quarterback in Geno Smith, I feel like the Bucs have a chance here.
All right, Jake?
Yeah, I'm also going to take the Bucs because I'm not going to bet against Brady. He always finds a way to win.
Especially off his divorce. Yeah. All right, we also have the Lions versus Bears. I mean, I don't really know who's watching this game, but, Well, what do you think, Jake?
Well, I'm not going to look at this game once, personally, but, I feel like the Lions got it. They got Amon-Ra St. Brown. He's a solid receiver. And the Bears have nobody.
Who's the Bears quarterback?
Justin Fields.
Okay, there's nobody there.
Yeah, I'm actually going to disagree with Blanco again. I'm going to take the Bears. Justin Fields, he's been going crazy lately. They got Claypool. They got a better quarterback, and it's going to help them win.
I like that. Yep. Yeah, I'm not even going to say anything. Browns-Dolphins game. I got Dolphins. I don't know about you guys. I don't remember if they won their last game, but I got Dolphins.
I also got the Dolphins. They got a breakout quarterback in Tua and the leading receiving yards in the NFL, Tyreek Hill, over 1,000 yards so far. So I got the Dolphins.
All right, Jake?
Yeah, for this one, I'm going to also take the Dolphins because Tyreek Hill has been great all season. And, they got better receivers. They got a better quarterback. I think they're going to win.
Yeah. We also have the Broncos and Titans. This is very similar to me with the Lions and Bears. I don't think I'm going to be watching any part of this game. But, whatever the Broncos saying is.
Well,
Broncos country? Let's ride.
I got the Titans solely because the Browns quarterback, Russell Wilson, is the worst player in the NFL by far.
W.
And I got the Titans because Derrick Henry's going to cook. And, Russell Wilson hasn't been doing good all season, and Derrick Henry is the best running back in the league. So, the next one's going to be the Vikings and Bills.
I don't know about that running back thing, but,
All right, the next one's going to be the Vikings and Bills. And this game, Josh Allen might be out for. But if he's back, I think I'm going to take the Bills. If he's gone, I'm going to take the Vikings.
The Vikings have gone, 7-1?
7-1.
Yeah, the Vikings are 7-1. I hope they go 7-2. I like the Bills. Josh Allen hopefully isn't out. Because he's him.
I got the Vikings winning this one. I just think that they're the better team right now.
All right, and before we get to the next one, which is the Texans and Giants, Blanco, what's your favorite team in the NFL?
The Giants.
How long have you been a fan of the Giants for?
Since I was little, probably about 3 years old.
And who's your favorite player on the Giants?
Saquon Barkley, the best running back in the NFL.
That's what I was going to say.
And have you ever been to a Giants game?
Yes, multiple times when I was littler. I haven't gone in a couple of years, though.
I like littler as a
We've been
word.
trash.
And as a Giants fan, what's your least favorite team? Like, who are their biggest rivals?
My least favorite team is the Patriots. Not because we're direct rivals with them, but just because I hated Tom Brady.
All right, so on to the next matchup, which is Giants versus Texans. And I'm going to take the Giants because of Saquon Barkley. I think he's going to have a big game.
Best running back.
Texans' defense just isn't good.
Yeah, same with Jake. I think Saquon Barkley's going to have an amazing game, and Texans just, Jesus Christ.
Well, Saquon's about to run for 300 yards at least against this Texans defense, and we're just gonna win. We're going to the playoffs this year. You already know.
W. Next, we got Jaguars versus Chiefs. What do you think about that one, Jake?
Yeah, give me the Chiefs by 50. Patrick Mahomes is going to light up this defense, and the Jaguars just aren't good. Trevor Lawrence might have 4 interceptions this game, and yeah, it's not going to be a good day if you're a Jaguars fan.
When is it a good day if you're a Jaguars fan? I got Chiefs in this one. I just don't think Jaguars are gonna have a chance at all to stand up to the Chiefs. What about you, Micah?
I got the Jaguars with an upset this game.
Whoa!
I feel like Trevor Lawrence is gonna prove that he's the best quarterback in the NFL this game, and really just prove that the Jaguars are contenders. They're going to the Super Bowl this year.
Okay, you're off your meds.
All right, next game's going to be Saints versus Steelers, and I'm a Steelers fan, so I got the Steelers. I think Kenny Pickett's about to go off this game against the Saints defense. They haven't been that good this year, and George Pickens is him. So I think he's about to go for 150 yards, 8 receptions, and a touchdown.
I think I got Saints on this one. I really don't believe in the Steelers this season. Just no.
I also got the Steelers with this one. You know, I feel like they have a strong quarterback, even though they have one of the worst running backs in the NFL. I just feel like that their defense will hold up against the Saints offense, and they'll just barely edge out with a W.
All right, and then the start of the 4 o'clock games, we got the Colts and Raiders. I'm going to take the Colts because the Raiders have been one of the worst teams in the league this season, and Jonathan Taylor should be back off his injury this week, and I think he'll play good.
I don't know who's gonna win this one. It's just very, very confusing matchup for me. I don't really watch either of these teams. I don't really know anything about them, so I'm gonna have no contest on this one.
I'm gonna say that the Raiders are gonna win this by at least double digits. You know, I feel like they got a strong receiving core led by Devontae Adams, and they're just gonna beat the Colts, who just haven't been good this season.
All right, and the next is a divisional game between the Cardinals and Rams. I'm gonna take the Rams here. Both of them have been having down seasons, but I like the Rams defense a lot more, and they got Cooper Kupp, so yeah, pretty easy on that one.
I feel like the Rams have been pretty disappointing this season compared to last season. You know, it's just really hope they win this one. They need it.
I got the Rams. You know, they've had a slow start to the season, but I feel like it's about time they're gonna pick it up and really make a playoff push.
And then we got the Cowboys and Packers. I'm going to take the Cowboys on this one because the Packers have been playing bad and Aaron Rodgers has been looking terrible. And Dak's been playing good and Tony Pollard's been playing good, and they got a lot better receiving core than the Packers.
Let's see who Aaron Rodgers blames for this Packers loss that's coming up. Derek is just, Dak. Oh my God, I can't talk. Dak is just gonna sweep these guys.
Yeah, obviously a Cowboys W there. The Packers suck. Aaron Rodgers is washed, and they have DoorDash drivers as wide receivers.
And then for the primetime game at 8 o'clock on Sunday, we got the Chargers and 49ers. Both teams have been disappointing this year, but I'm going to take the Chargers just because Justin Herbert is just him, and I don't really trust Jimmy Garoppolo to get him a win, even though they have Christian McCaffrey now. I think the Chargers are going to win.
There's another 2 teams I don't really watch much on, so I can't really say anything about this, but I'm going to go 49ers from what little I know about both these teams.
Oh, I got the Chargers. Even though he hasn't been that good, Justin Herbert was my preseason pick for MVP this year, so I feel like he's going to go off this game, have at least 200 yards. And the Chargers are just going to win against the 49ers, who haven't been that good this season.
All right, next one. We got Eagles versus the Washington Commanders.
All right, this is going to be a Monday night game, and probably the easiest game for me. The Commanders just aren't that good. It's Jalen Hurts' season. Top 2 quarterback in the NFL right now behind Patrick Mahomes. And he's just going to show why he is. With the better receiving core, they got better running backs, better quarterback, better defense. The Eagles are crazy.
Yeah, Eagles are just better. That's not even going to be a contest. I pray for the Commanders.
Eagles are frauds. Commanders by 30.
Wow.
That's all I got to say. all I got to say.
All right, and that wraps up our NFL section of this podcast. Starting our NBA section of this podcast, we have first game 76ers versus Hawks. How do you think 76ers are going to do, Blanco?
Well, they've had a very slow start to the season. I think they're 4-5 so far, and the Hawks have been looking very good. They're 7-2. You know, they recently acquired DeJounte Murray this offseason, made a huge trade, gave up a lot of picks, but so far it's been looking like a great trade. I think they're one of the top 3 teams in their division, and they've just been on a roll this season, so I got the Hawks in a blowout win.
What about you?
Yeah, so I'm going to take the 76ers on this one. I think he's got a good matchup, and I think he's going to play like an MVP in this game. And, of course, they have James Harden. So I think it's going to be a lot closer, but I think the Sixers are going to win this one.
I personally think the Sixers are going to win this one. I think James Harden's going to drop another triple-double, but hopefully Trae Young puts up a good fight, not on defense, of course, but yeah.
The next game is going to be Mavericks versus Wizards, and I think this is going to be a not really close game. I think the Mavericks are going to win. Luka's playing really good, like he always does, and the Wizards just aren't that good of a team this year. So I'm going to take the Mavericks by like 10.
I think the Mavericks are going to have a good game too, with Christian Wood probably going to win Sixth Man of the Year this year. So so far he's been playing amazing off the bench. Porzingis on the other hand is just, I don't like Porzingis this year. He's just not playing good, and Luka obviously future MVP this season because he's the best.
I mean, you only really need 2 words here. Luka Doncic. That's all you need if you're the Mavericks against the Washington Wizards, who are just not a good team. You know, Bradley Beal is out, so I just think the Mavericks are going to win by at least 20 here.
And the next game is going to be the Trailblazers against the Pelicans. I'm going to take the Trailblazers on this one. They've been one of the best teams this year, and Pelicans haven't. To be nice, they're not that good. And Trailblazers have one of the best records in their conference, so I'm taking them.
Yeah, personally, I got Zion just dropping 40 this game today at 8. Dame, he's been playing well, but I just think he's just going to play amazing today. I don't know I think someone's out on the Pelicans. Is Brandon out? Is Brandon Ingram out?
I don't think so.
Okay, maybe not.
healthy.
Maybe never mind. I think they're all healthy. But if they are, that's going to be dangerous for the Trailblazers.
Well, you know, there's always a possibility that Zion could just go off for 40 at any time if he wants to. But I actually got the Trailblazers winning this one. You know, Dame's looked really solid. Their new rookie, Shaedon Sharpe, has looked pretty good so far this season. You know, I got him winning Rookie of the Year so far, besides Paolo. But, yeah, they're just a good team so far, better than the Pelicans. So I just got them continuing that.
Yep, love to hear it.
And the last game for today is going to be Hornets and Heat. I'm going to take the Heat. I think Jimmy's going to have a good game, along with some of their other role players. And, the Hornets haven't been too good this year, so I'm taking the Heat.
Yeah, I'm taking Heat too because LaMelo's out right now. They lost Miles Bridges this past offseason. Yeah, this past. Okay, yeah, I'm making sure I wasn't tripping. And they got Jimmy, Tyler Hero, who's now starting, which is really good for him. Yeah, he is. Tyler Hero started.
Yeah.
Huh.
He's day-to-day. Tyler Hero might not play today.
Is he injured?
Yeah, I think it's something wrong with his ankle or knee, but he might not play today.
Miles Bridges is not. He's not in the Hornets.
Yeah.
Miles Bridges beat up his wife.
Oh yeah.
But he didn't. He won it. He won in court. All right, I'm not gonna talk about that.
Yeah. Anyways, I got the Heat winning this game, probably by a lot. The Hornets just aren't good. You know, Terry Rozier has been a real bright spot for them so far this season, but they're just not a very good team if Terry Rozier is your best player. So I got the Heat.
All right, and so those are going to be the 4 games for today. So, Jacob, what's your favorite NBA team?
The New York Knicks.
And how did you become a New York Knicks fan?
Well, my neighbor was actually a New York Knicks fan, and he always flew a flag outside of his house. And when I was younger, I just thought it looked cool, so I just became a Knicks fan.
All right, and who's your favorite player on the Knicks?
Currently, probably Jalen Brunson.
All right, and have you ever been to a Knicks game?
No, actually, I haven't.
And do you plan to go to one anytime soon?
Not soon, but maybe when I'm older. Maybe if the Knicks make it far into the playoffs, I'll definitely go to it.
And what are your thoughts on the Knicks' performance this season?
They haven't exactly been great this season, but I think they could definitely make a push to be the 5 or 6 seed this year. Be pretty solid.
All right, thank you for that. And now we're going to be going over our MVP and what team we're going to think is going to finish first in each conference. Starting off with Jacob.
Well, my MVP pick for this year is probably going to be Giannis. He is just that. The Bucks are a really good team this year. They're 10-1, and they don't even have Chris Middleton back yet, who is normally their second option. And Giannis is just putting up stats. I just think that he's going to be really good this year. And,
Yeah. All right. I got RJ Barrett for MVP this year. I just think he's the best person in the Eastern Conference, personally. But no, I'm kidding. I got Joel Embiid this year. I know he hasn't played great this starting season. I don't know what he's averaging right now, but I think he's like 20. But I just feel like he's gonna have a really good rest of the season. I feel, even though they're 5 and 6.
I'm gonna say if the Mavericks can finish top 4 in their conference, I think that Luka's gonna win it this year if he continues to play how he is. And I think Giannis is definitely the front runner right now, but I think definitely Luka has a chance. And yeah, that's who I'm gonna go with. Probably Luka as long as they can finish good, and if not, I'm gonna take Giannis.
We got any controversial topics we don't talk about? What about the Kyrie Irving situation? How do you feel about that one, Blanco? Seriously?
well, I recently bought some Kyrie's. I actually have them on right now. So, I'm not very pleased with Kyrie. But, I don't think he really did anything too wrong. He just shared a link to a movie that he found interesting. I don't think he really meant it to any hate to anyone, as it was took by the media, and then the Nets suspended him until he
Completes a side quest.
Yeah.
Let me talk. I personally feel like Kyrie didn't do anything that wrong. He messed up, yeah. I don't know if he meant to or not, but I feel like they should give him make his comeback, whatever he has to do to come back, just so much less. They want the job of him, basically. That's what they're doing.
I think Kyrie, he's done a lot of controversial things throughout his career. But, the Nets, they don't really seem to want him to come back and play. I think they have kind of had enough of him. Yeah, he doesn't really put himself in the best situations, but...
All right, so who do you guys got for the 1 seed in each conference at the end of the year?
Bucks for Eastern. Yeah.
I actually think the Cavaliers are going to be the first seed in the Eastern Conference. I feel like towards the end of the season, the Bucks might start to rest their best players more. And the Cavaliers, I feel like they're just going to make a push at the end of the year.
I also have the Cavaliers because, I'm big on Donovan Mitchell. They have a really talented young squad, and I think that they're going to end up being first in the Eastern. But Western-wise...
I got Jazz. What do you mean? You see that guy in the Jazz?
I think Jazz are going to end up falling off a little bit. I think they're having a really hot start to this season.
They were tanking.
But, yeah, I thought they were going to tank too. But I think either the Grizzlies or the Suns are going to end up first in this conference.
Anybody surprise you guys this year?
Well, obviously the Jazz have been a major surprise so far this year. They've been led by Lauri Markkanen, looking like he might be an all-star this year. They recently acquired him from the Cavs for Donovan Mitchell after they traded him this offseason, and he's just been a bright spot this year. You can't really deny it. He might be an all-star.
Yeah, I don't know. What's really the Warriors this year, and the Lakers. I am a Lakers fan. It's sad to see what the Lakers are doing right now. 2-9.
Alright, that's going to wrap up our podcast. Thank everyone for coming in and watching the podcast. Also, a big thanks to Jacob Blanco for coming on our podcast and doing an interview. Next week, we will be talking about NFL Week 11 and NBA Week 5.